In our activity today, we are going to do an argumentative writing carousel. Yesterday, we started looking at identifying the 5 W's in our article, When Did We Begin Standing for the National Anthem? We're going to be taking a look at moving toward identifying the 5 W's in different articles, and then being able to take those 5 W's to stagger them in a way that makes sense so we can write an objective summary. So we're going to start in our activity by just identifying the 5 W's. So we're going to move into station 1, 2, and 3. The first one's going to be on cell phones in school. The second one will be about the Khabib and McGregor after fight brawl. The third station is going to be on NFL anthem protests. The articles go in order from station 1 to 3 in the length of the article. Cell phones in school is the shortest, and we end with a little bit longer with the NFL anthem protests. Everybody is going to need 3 note cards that you see here, and I will hand those out to you in class before we get started. How it works. You will be paired up with another student in the room. You and your partner will be given the same article, but you will be working on separate sides of the room. The reason I have you working separate is I can see who is actually working in the group. I've been getting lots of complaints from students about their partner that they are choosing to work with, not doing anything. So because you're the one that has been selecting your partner and you guys aren't able to select ones that are appropriate for you, I am now going to select your partner and I'm going to separate you while you do group work so I can see who's working and who isn't. Your grades will be issued based on class participation. We are going to then go into 3 5-minute work intervals. I'm going to set a timer on the board. After the 5 minutes is over, we will meet in the center of the room to collaborate, which is why we see the furniture set up the way we do. Number 4. In the first 5, we're going to take time to read the article. When we come together, we're going to discuss with our partner what we read and what we took away. In the second 5 minutes that you go back to your place, you're going to work on your note card to identify the 5 W's on the front. After the 5 minutes is over, you're going to then discuss with your partner the 5 W's and what you found. At any point that you want to add to it, you're going to then discuss with your partner what you found to add and then ideas for how to enhance the work or maybe to fill in gaps of information. This is a great place that you and your partner will exchange ideas to help each other out. But don't feel that you have to give your partner everything if they chose to sit there and have nothing on their note card. Third, in the third 5-minute interval, you're going to go back on the back of your note card to name it, verb it, with central idea and details. I'll discuss this a little bit more in just a minute. You're then going to discuss with a partner as you come together for that final collaboration. 5. If corrections need to be made after you're done collaborating with your partner in the middle, you will go back to the separate side of the room to do so after you meet with your partner. If you both feel confident with your work, you can bring your note cards to me to get it checked. I will make sure that you're on the right path before you keep going. Keep in mind, we are only doing 3 5-minute intervals. 3 strikes and you're out. Once you are finished all articles, you're going to complete the note card front to identify the 5 W's and the back to name it, verb it, with central idea and details. You will each earn an extra credit point on your quiz from yesterday and no homework. If you're not done, whatever you didn't finish in your group work is now your homework, and you have no shot at the extra credit point. So your incentive to work today is that you don't have homework, but you also get an extra credit point. If you choose not to do your work, then you have to finish it for homework, and you don't have the option for extra credit. Let's take a look at the note card. So when we're looking at the front of the note card, it'll be blank. And on the top line, just like you see it here, you should have front of note card, identify 5 W's. In yesterday's lesson, we worked on identifying the 5 W's. The first one is who, The second one is what, right? When, where, why, and optionally, if you can find it, how. This is when you're reading the article, you can jot down any of these that you find, and that's what you're going to do in your second 5-minute interval on the front of your note card. On the back of the note card, what you are going to do is name it, verb it, provide a central idea, and 3 to 5 supporting details. Well, how do I do this? In order to name it, verb it with the central idea and supporting details, I'm going to pull away the name it. That is going to be the title of the article. The verb it. This is going to be where I would pick the what, right? And in the what, I'm looking for the author's purpose. These are words like to inform, to persuade, to argue, to entertain, to illustrate, right? To draw information and conclusions. So maybe it's just more of what would be called an opinion piece. In my central idea, this is going to be the why, okay? And what we're going to look in for the central idea is why. Why did the author choose to write this? What is the main takeaway or message? So in my central idea, I'm sticking to the facts and I'm trying to consider, why did the author choose to write this? What is the main takeaway or message, right? Stick with the facts. And I'm looking for now 3 to 5 supporting details. Where am I going to get these from? Essentially, these are things that are coming from the other W's in the 5 W's. We already used, if you look above, the what, the why. So we can choose the when, the where, the how, if we can use those to find it, or anything else that is relevant to the main point. So that is what you're going to do on the back of the note card in the last 5-minute interval. We are then going to take these one step further in the next lesson, and you guys are going to actually develop a full objective summary off of these. This is just essentially working to prepare yourself and make an outline. So let's take a look at your groups. In 3-4, we have Joseph and Manny, Liana and Wes, Trent and Nate, Daniel and Valentina, Carlene and Joshua, Stephanie and Hilario, Jalen and Dulce, Madison and Zykir, Seth and Rebecca, Diego and Paulette, Derek and Hashim, and Zachariah and Narav. In 6-7, we have Tariq and Evan, Catherine and Brandon, Crystal and Miguel, Edwin and Maria, Adamaris and Jerily, Diego and JC, Alex and Eleanor, Angel and Alexia, Keon and Dan, and Habiba and Kwok. Melissa will work on her own since she is going to miss half the period by coming in a little late. So to recap, what we are going to do is on the front of our note card, we are going to identify the 5 W's in the first 5-minute interval. Then we are going to come with our group and my partner, and we're going to collaborate on how many things that we could find and what we could find for the 5 W's from the article. And the second 5-minute interval, in the third 5-minute interval, we are going to then do the back of the note card where we name it, verb it with the central idea and 3 to 5 supporting details. In the name it, we are putting the title of the article. In the verb it, we are putting the what. We are looking for the author's purpose, and we're going to use words like inform, persuade, or argue. For the central idea, we are going to take the why. Why did the author write this? What is the main takeaway or message? And you're sticking with facts. And at the bottom, you're going to put supporting details that come from the other 5 W's that you identified from the front or anything else that's relevant.